AI assistants are good at question answering over small sets of documents. But when it comes to analyzing thousands of texts to answer complex questions, their effectiveness drops. GraphRAG technology helps LLMs find simple answers to complex questions. Let's take a look at how it works. Consider creating an AI assistant for a bank that helps clients choose the right loan. It needs to answer questions accurately, taking into account all product selection criteria and never make mistakes. The bank has several loans, each with its own description. Some parameters apply only to certain products. For example, not all loans have guarantor requirements. Other properties, such as income source or collateral, can have multiple values. Of course, we have simplified the example. Real-world problems involve hundreds of object types and thousands of property types. The structure of such complex domain knowledge is best represented as an ontology. An ontology is a dictionary that defines business object types and their properties. Specific objects are then described in terms of this vocabulary. In our example, loan, collateral, and income source are object types. Collateral and income source requirements for loans are properties. Specific loan products, collateral, and income sources are objects. This graph representation of knowledge contains complete and accurate facts about our bank's loan products. Of course, we don't want to build it manually. Modern natural language understanding technologies used in our EKG language processing software will read documents describing the bank's loan products, construct a conceptual schema for representing loan data, and populate it with information about specific products. Automatic ontology construction is a complex, multi-step process. The analyst only needs to verify the result. Here is how the knowledge graph looks in the EKG platform interface. The analyst uses the class 3 property sets and lists of specific objects to verify that the information has been loaded correctly. We then use the constructed knowledge graph to help LLM answer user questions. The conceptual level of the graph will help it avoid confusion in terminology, and the facts presented in it will prevent annoying errors. The system analyzes the user's question and turns it into a query to the graph. A precise algorithm finds specific objects that meet the query conditions and the relationships between them. LLM answers the question based on these facts. The EKG platform interface can be used to test questions and debug graph queries. In a production environment, the user interacts with the AI assistant via instant messaging or the web interface of our Datavera.ai cloud service. It's important to emphasize, unlike the standard RAG approach, in GraphRAG we provide a precise answer based on specific, verifiable facts. This greatly reduces the hallucinations rate. Because our approach uses structured data rather than text, the AI assistant can answer questions related to calculations, such as finding minimum or maximum values, calculating sums and terms. Thanks to the graph data representation, the assistant can analyze the relationships between multiple objects and accurately answer questions involving complex conditions. GraphRAG allows the AI assistant to avoid drowning in the sea of information. The simple RAG performance degrades as the knowledge base grows. especially if the vocabulary in the document is similar. GraphRAG relies not on probabilistic, but on precise algorithms that capture all the nuances or the meaning of statements. And now for IT professionals. Why an ontology is better for GraphRAG tasks than a schema-less graph, as used in Neo4j. Schema-less graphs are good at representing multiple similar objects. However, if the data schema is also complex or changes over time, an ontology is necessary for correctly formulating queries against the graph. The lexical level of the model is also very important, as the same types of objects and relationships can be named with different words or in different languages. Our platform combines all the components necessary for a fully fledged GraphRAG implementation. Domain ontology model management, lexical model creation, tools for automating ontology extraction from text documents, ETL for structured data import, quality control and information enrichment tools, Sparkle endpoint for querying the knowledge graph, and components for creating the LLM-based AI assistants. Contact us. We'll be happy to discuss your needs and propose a pilot project.